on Cartagena. Excuse my demeanor, just the glamour life. You still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Juicy, keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my install. Here lies them getting paid for. Never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm dead.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. Introduced himself with authority on that play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Green 39! Green 39! Over! Watch it now, Barney!
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take it. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Preston Smith. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. From the gun on 3rd down, gone. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Mayfield to throw it. And Josh Hill has it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over. But he ended up finding another receiver.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over them. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
3rd and short, and you're just trying to pick up a 1st down. Maybe run the football, throw a little short route. Pretty gutsy maneuver there. They took that thing downtown, and it paid off.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Mayfield off the play fake. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Christian Kirksey. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action. It's gone. And this is incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
2nd and 10. Goff again. It's complete. Abdullah. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now Goff on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Goff. And this will be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about it.
That's caught inside the 20. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Lutz now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing on third. Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Here we go now.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A give. This is Kamara. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Second down, Mayfield. And they're going deep for Hill. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
The Saints on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Looking long for Thomas. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They go play action here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here's Goff. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Pulled in at the 24. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's go. Green, 39.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific, because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Mayfield. And that's caught by Smith. And a loose football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ramik Wilson. In from his linebacker spot, he's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Mayfield on play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Here's Goff. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Come on out. 11. 11. Orange, orange. Hard ball. 12.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
12.
Goff on 1st down. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Looking for Woods that time. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent game, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It will be a 51-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They run it again with Kamara. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Third and short yardage, Mayfield. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They give them 27 yards on the third down conversion. Play fake. Mayfield out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
But depending on the team, they call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open. He finds a way to pick up a first down.
19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They'll come out in the pistol. They get it to him running left. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They go play action. Mayfield. And accepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thomas, the intended target. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
After the interception, here's Goff. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Terrell Basham in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Airing it out deep for Woods. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he...
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Mayfield now on second down. Dancing to his left. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Not the result they were looking for there on third down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded at the 33. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And the Rams getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Out of the gun. Gone. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now. He's been terrific so far. Oh, they come after him, and it's blocked. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a solid run down inside the 30. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Throwing, Mayfield. Buying time, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. From the gun, here's Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. Flush to his right. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there for L.A. 64 yards. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Following the penalty, Abdullah. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Second and goal from the 1. They come out here in the eye. They get it to him running left. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Spins past him. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Again, it's Kamara. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that. Yeah, there was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Back to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Goff now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. He's back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get it to Woods, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now it's gone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Goff. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And it's no good, just short. He gave it a good run, but maybe a foot or 2 short of the crossbar. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain.